Hi, I'm Alice.
And I'm Kia.
We've done some research into what young people think about politics, and it seems the majority of them don't know anything about it or even care. According to The Telegraph, in 2005, only 38% of 18 to 25-year-olds voted.
It seems as though whenever the word politics is mentioned, people automatically switch off and assume it's going to be a boring topic. But young people need to start taking an interest because it's our future that will pay the price.
I'm here to talk to some students from St Austell College. We found that only 88% of young people recognise the name of Labour leader Ed Miliband, and only a shocking 13% recognise the name of Green Party leader Natalie Bennett. So I'm here to see if they can put some names to the faces.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Ed Miliband.
Nick Clegg.
Nick Clegg.
I know him.
David Miliband.
I don't know.
I know who that is, but I don't know his name.
Don't know.
Not a clue, honestly.
Nick Clegg.
No, that's Nick Clegg, innit? That's Nick Clegg.
David Cameron. No, yeah.
Cleggy Weggy. Nick Clegg.
It's Nick Clegg. Oh, wow.
David Cameron. David Cameron.
Oh, I've got no idea who he is.
I can't think of his name.
Where did you find these people?
I have no idea.
He's the leader of UKIP.
George Bush.
Nigel Farage.
Nigel Farage.
Does he look a bit like Gordon Brown? I don't know.
No, that's David Cameron.
David Cameron.
Oh, is that Nick Clegg?
David Cameron? Don't know.
Is that like David Cameron?
David Cameron.
David Cameron. Potato.
Simon Pegg. BBC guy. Don't know who he is. Don't know who that is.
Tony Blair.
Don't know.
No.
He looks American.
Don't have a clue.
Tony Blair. Gonna guess Tony.
Oh no.
Oh, I don't know him.
I have no idea what's going on.
He's leader of Russia.
Don't know him.
I don't know.
Putin.
Oh, God. Looks like one of those Bond villains.
God.
She looks like she's probably been I'm a Celebrity.
I have no idea.
I don't know. Ellen.
Someone who doesn't look very much like Ellen DeGeneres.
The Green Party woman.
Russell Brand. Yes.
Russell Brand.
Russell Brand.
Russell Brand.
That's Russell Brand.
Russell Brand.
Russell Brand.
Russell Brand.
Beyonce.
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 Beyonce. Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Young people are not being given the education they need to make informed political decisions, and politicians don't seem to be doing anything to give it to them.
More of the people we asked knew who Beyoncé was, and not the people who make the laws and policies that would directly influence us, meaning a lot of political parties have started directing their policies to older generations in order to get more votes. This means the laws could be changed to benefit them and not the younger generation.
In a survey we did, we found that the majority of young people thought that politicians were corrupt, untrustworthy, and only supported the interests of big corporations and the wealthy rather than the population as a whole. So I'm off to interview MP for Norfolk Cornwall, Dan Rogerson, about the issues that affect young people. It would be very hard to interview a Lib Dem politician on the subject of youth and not bring up the tuition fees.
Sure.
I understand that obviously the reason that you made the decision that you did was because that obviously Labour and Conservatives were both in favour. You couldn't have got that policy through. But couldn't you have all voted against it just as a show of solidarity for young people?
Well, I did vote against it, so because I pledged to do so, and so for me, there's two separate issues. One is the policy itself, and I think the fact that there's a higher threshold before you start paying back. That the policy now means that if you ever drop below that income threshold, you stop paying and start. So it's a lot more flexible. I think it's better from that point of view. But having pledged something. I feel honour bound to vote for that, so that's what I did.
Do your parties have any plans to engage young people with their policies? So sort of in the next general election, what are you doing sort of for us to vote for?
One of the things we'll be looking at is transport for young people in particular. So we've had, as you know, a policy, or the previous government brought in, and this government has maintained a policy of free bus travel for pensioners, and what we're looking at is 2/3 funded for young people, and the reason it's 2/3, it means it can go much further. So that's the whole point. And I think having discussed that with some young people as we've been taking that policy forward, they don't object to paying, the third, but it does make it more likely that you can use the transport that's available.
Young people find themselves disengaged from politics because they don't feel represented by the main parties. They find the way politics is presented uninteresting, and they can't find anything within the manifestos worth voting for.
They felt there was a lack of political education that left them unable to understand what was going on. These opinions that youth hold need to be heard, and there needs to be a change. Our voices aren't being listened to, and in many cases young people are feeling shut out of politics.
Older generations are not making the political world accessible to young people. Youth are disengaged because we are constantly led to believe that we can't make a change, but that's not true.